Well, good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to another video on the Project Auto YouTube channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. A little bit different style video. I am going to be in front of the camera. You guys know who I am. You've met me. You've seen me. So we're going to do a little bit of a different style video, right? So we got a good one for you guys today. We just got a delivery from FedEx. We got some more parts for the Volkswagen Jetta here behind me. So I am going to show you guys what we're going to be doing today. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so here is our 2004 Volkswagen Jetta. Couple uploads ago, you saw me talk about this car. We've had this car for a long time. It's been on the channel, but we've neglected it for several years. As you can see from the paint and the fade, we're gonna have to fix all that. I don't know really how much we're gonna be able to do with this because it's just everywhere. And I will tell you, this is from bird poop. Sitting out in an open driveway, there's some there. There's a bunch there. Really, the only thing that survived is the hood. But anyway, enough rambling of that. We're back. You see, we got a couple boxes here of stuff we need to do to this car. One thing we have already done is, and we've got the glove box out of the car at the moment, is right underneath here. And this is one thing that Volkswagen did very well, and I'm happy about it. Right up underneath here, we replaced a fuel line on the fuel pump. I did not film that. That was a little more difficult than I thought it would be. So I did not film that, but when you started the car, fuel was spurting out of a fuel line up there. I had a mouse chew into it from where this car has been sitting. So we already did that, but what we need to do next, the reason we have the glove compartment out, is right up underneath here, blower motor and the resistor. So I've already taken that out once and cleaned out all the dirt and debris that was in there. So now we have, I've found out that the blower motor is bad, as well as the resistors. So over here, this here is going to be all of the brake stuff. So we've got rotors and pads for the front. But what came in this box today is we've got here a cabin air filter. We're gonna have to replace that, put that in once we get the new blower motor in. But here's the blower motor itself, all one assembly. So all we have to do is pull the old one out, put the new one in, and then also the resistor. So, and I'll show you the old one when we pull it out. It's pretty bad. So we've got that here too. So that's what we're gonna do in today's upload. So enough rambling, let's get started. All right, so in order to get the blower motor out itself, first we need to remove the resistor, which is this bottom half right here. We have some electrical connectors we need to disconnect. Connector up here on the top, that is for the blower motor itself. And then we also have this one down here. All right, so we've got those disconnected. This one was the hardest, but you can see why. It's got some corrosion on there, so we'll have to clean that up. But once you've got those two connectors out, there's gonna be two bolts right down here. And if I remember correctly, I believe they were 6mm. Yep, so 6mm. One is going to be right there, and then the other one is on the opposite end right there. So we're gonna take those out. All right, so we'll get up in here. And there we go. Boy, it's a hot one, guys. I've got my fan on, but it is not helping. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this one off camera. All right, so we've got those two bolts out. So once you have those out, now what you're gonna do is you are going to, this whole thing is gonna come down at once. So you can see that blower motor is already coming out. So it should hold itself somewhat, but here is the old resistor, and look at that. Yeah, I think that's the reason it doesn't work. So rusty, old, get rid of that. And then this blower motor is just going to slide straight down, and then just be careful with this cross member here. It is plastic, so just kind of pull on that a little bit and wiggle her right down underneath, and out it comes. Now this isn't as bad, but it's got some wear on it. But we're gonna replace it all anyway since we're in here. So we've got all that out. Now it is time to get the new. So we've got the new resistor here and the new blower motor. You guys already know I like to compare parts, especially when you order online. So comparing the blower motors, everything's the same. Electrical connectors in the same spot, same tabs, same size. Flip it over. And everything is the same, a little bit different design on the wheel itself, but that doesn't necessarily matter. Then here is the new resistor, same connectors, everything's the same. So we're gonna pop these bad boys in. So you're gonna do this same way in reverse. So we're gonna grab our new one here, and we're gonna go from underneath, just like so. All right, so hopefully you guys can see this while I'm in here, but we've got this in here. So like I said, your hardest part's gonna be getting around this little cross member here, but just be careful, don't break that. And you're just gonna, and don't break your new part either, because you just spent the money on a new part, you don't wanna break that. But you're just gonna slide that in, just like so. Get that up into place just like that. Okay, and then once you have verified that it is properly in there, hopefully you guys can see this, it'll kind of just slide in on the little track there. Make sure everything's seated properly, doesn't look crooked or anything like that. So once you do that, okay, and then you're going to take your new resistor and you're going to put it in the same way that you took the old one out. So you want to put it in with the electrical connector facing out towards the passenger side door. Okay, and then there's two little notches in here. You're going to want to make sure you line those up properly. Make sure your wires are out of the way. Same thing, and you'll feel it once it clicks in like that, clicks in place. And then you'll want to go ahead and take your screw and get it started. You can start it by hand to kind of help hold this up. And then we're going to snug these down. If you have power tools and you'd like to use them, go right ahead. Just make sure you don't over tighten it into the plastic. Okay, so once all that's put back in, just refeed your wires in behind here. So this large connector with the yellow, green, and two white wires is going to go into your resistor. So that's going to come right over here. Okay, so we've got the connector in for the resistor, and then this short one right here is going to go into your blower motor. This right here is for the glove box light, which we will reinstall here in just a moment. So, but now that we've got everything plugged back in, we need to test it and make sure it works before we put everything back together. All right, so now we're over here in the driver's seat. So we are going to start this thing up. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and, so speed 1 is working. Speed 2 is working. Speed 3 is working. And speed 4 is working. And it's quiet as a mouse. No pun intended, since this car had mice in it. All right, so we are ready to put the glove compartment back in. This is actually not as hard as it looks. So we're just gonna get this sucker right up in here. And we're gonna pull down this sound deadening material right back over top of the blower motor housing here, just like so. Okay, and then this is literally going to pop right into place. You will have to pull that out just a hair, get that to line up into there. And then over here by the radio, there's a couple push tabs that pops into place over there. And then that pops in just like that, and that will actually hold it while you put the screws back in. There are 3 screws right up here at the top. Okay, and they are, I believe, T20. Yep, T20. So you'll just need a T20 Torx driver and your 3 screws, and just get those back in their home. So if you run into that, that's a good possibility with these older cars. As the plastic ages, it will break and crack. As you can see, a lot of my panels don't fit properly from previous attempts at taking this thing apart. Give you a little light. Just get some light in here. I should have done this before I put that back in, but this little foam piece that was hanging down, there's just a little push tab here that screws in, and there is a hole right up under here in the middle. And that is it, guys. It's all back together. Glove compartment's in, and that's how you change out a blower motor and resistor on your Volkswagen Jetta. So taking that glove box out is the exact opposite. 3 screws across the top there, right up underneath there, and then the 3 right here across the bottom. There's the one that's broken on mine, and there's one there and one there. So super simple, but I am drenched in sweat, so I need to go clean up. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And if you're stopping by for the first time and you haven't already and you want to, please subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.